Hey, okay. Happy summer. Deer season is gonna be here before we know it, and if you're elk hunting, it's gonna be here even sooner. So today, we're gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna kind of give you a breakdown of how I personally get ready for the fall and kind of get into shooting shape. So I'm gonna call this my shooting shape series. It's gonna be informal, but also my goal is to be as educational as possible and more so just give you kind of tips and tricks of what I personally do over the summer to get ready for fall. Whether it be target panic issues, form issues, correct bow setup issues, like it could be anything. And if there's anything that I don't cover, please, please, please ask me in the comments and I will do my best to answer everybody, because I want you to be confident this fall. I want you to make a good shot, because obviously as bow hunters, we know that's not the easiest thing to do. So I want you guys to be confident, and I also obviously want to be confident. So today we're gonna do the basics. Okay, so right out the jump, obviously you guys can see that I have a different mix match of arrows. This bow is sighted in. This is what I shot my bow buck with last year. But I want to start with saying that you do not need to have your bow sighted in. You don't have to have even the correct arrow. All you need is a arrow, preferably one that's not just totally random. But if you are brand new to bow hunting and do not know what you're doing, I'm not going to necessarily give the rundown of setting up everybody's bow. My recommendation is go to a bow shop, figure out what is within your specs and start there. You don't even need to be sighted in yet. So as long as you can shoot 20 yards, again, I would say just go to a bow shop and say, get me sighted in for 20 yards. They may want you to just fully sight in your sight. I don't even recommend doing that yet, because your shooting form and your shooting strength and your confidence, all of those things are gonna change with this series. So right now, today, you're not necessarily going to be as good of a shot as you will be at the end of the summer going into fall. So I won't even worry about having my bow sighted in until, like, realistically maybe 2-3 weeks before I start hunting. So all you need is a bow, a arrow, maybe more than one if you don't want to pull it every time, but at least one arrow, and a release. So that's all we're going to focus on today. I also obviously have my GoPro mount on my bow because I want to show you guys kind of the view from that angle. And the reason for that is because you'll really get to notice kind of like when you look at just different shot angles and you can rewatch your shot process, you'll notice if you're torquing your bow too much and your shot goes to the left, or you know, maybe like you're just shaking so much and your arrow just is not hitting consistently. So those are little things that you'll be able to notice. Today, I wouldn't worry about that, but later in the series, those are gonna kind of come into play a little bit. So basically, when I first start shooting in the summertime, and I'm very guilty of not shooting till pretty much now, I did do the Michigan tack, so we're obviously a little bit ahead of the game, I guess, with that, but I did lose quite a few arrows. Like, this is all I have left, and one doesn't even have a knock, so I'm gonna have to really redo my set. But other than that, I really only shot maybe 2 or 3 times now since November when I shot my deer. And I know that's bad, but I get busy with turkey season and life gets busy and we have all the excuses. So now is the time to put the excuses to the side, and we're gonna be shooting every single day, okay? You too. We're gonna do it together. So we're gonna start with one arrow, and when I first start, all I do is I set my sight to 20 yards, okay? Now, you could do less, I guess, technically. Whatever you can, like, dial back to, I guess. I can only dial back to 20, but we're gonna put a blank bail, and what I mean by that is any target you have floating around, or if you have to go to a range, blank slate, no dots, no heart shots. Like, we don't want to see anything on the target. We just want just a clean, plain sheet. Even if you have to put a sheet of paper, you don't want to aim at anything. And the reason I say that is because if you haven't shot in a while, or if you're someone like me who regularly deals with target panic, if you are not trying to aim at something, then it allows your brain to kind of relax and you're not overthinking it and feeling like, oh my gosh, I have to hit this one spot. Because that tends to get people, and then they feel like, oh my gosh, I just have this anxiety, and then their shot doesn't go off correctly, and then that just kind of compounds for the next shot, and then you're thinking about, oh, well, the last one went bad, so now this one's probably gonna go bad. So I know it may seem a little bit extra for some of you if you don't have to deal with target panic, but I feel like most archers do deal with it at some point. So this is just a clean slate. It's a great way to get started. Even if you don't think you deal with it, you may have like tendencies. Like I certainly do, and I've gotten better over the years. Like I feel much more confident each year that I'm shooting than what I did in the beginning. So the point of the blank bail is to not have to like focus on a spot necessarily. I mean, obviously you want to hit the target, but we're going to put it so close to us that you probably aren't going to miss. And that's why I say you might really only need one arrow, is because we're not shooting far, we're not doing anything technical. The start of this is just to get your body into shooting and being able to pull weight back. So clearly the wind is picking up naturally. So as you can see, I'm very close to this target. I'm maybe 2 yards, and you can use any target. This one I'm just going to use because it's larger. The bigger your target is, the better, in my opinion. I realize not everybody has access to a bunch of different types of targets, so just use what you have. But again, you don't want anything that you're going to be aiming at, so I'm not even going to aim at the red. I'm just going to go right to the black, not look at any certain spot, and kind of go off of that. Like I said, the point of that is to help with target panic, and right now you shouldn't be thinking about anything except just getting your body kind of like in shape, getting your muscles, working, because I noticed even like when I was shooting tack, because I haven't shot this since November, I noticed like trying to even get it back was like a struggle, and you shouldn't be that way. If that's the case, your poundage is probably too heavy, or you're just not shooting enough. So what I want to show you first, make sure this is a good arrow, semi-good arrow. So what I want to show you first is if you're doing anything where you're like pulling down towards yourself and you're really fighting the bow and you're having to like really struggle to get it back, then your poundage is 100% too heavy. Now, that being said, there are like correct ways to draw your bow, and I honestly would love to save that for the next video, because today I just want to make sure that we're just shooting the arrow. But a little sneak preview is you should like essentially disengage your shoulder. You shouldn't be pulling towards yourself. You should be pulling with your shoulder and using it more as like a lever versus like a down fight. I don't even know what to call it. I was guilty of it when I first started bow hunting, and I think it's just the natural thing to do, is we're just trying to like use all of our strength, but you don't want to do that. One, you're gonna spook anything that you're shooting at. Two, you're gonna ruin your shoulder. You're gonna cause damage. You're gonna, literally have injuries. Nobody wants that. So we're gonna do things the correct way. Now, what I was saying, again, this video is not about that. That'll be the next one. But I do want to make sure you're not like injuring yourself. So as long as you can comfortably at least draw your bow straight back, then you're at a good weight. If you can't do it, please lower your poundage, because we'll work back up. So that's just my little soapbox. I just want to make sure you guys are being safe while you're doing it. But now we're going to get back to actually shooting. What I would recommend is, you got to be doing this every day. If you want to kind of like follow my program, it's got to be every single day, especially because it's already pretty much July, so we don't have a lot of time. And I know people have busy schedules. you got to do at least like 15, 20 arrows a night or in the morning. It doesn't matter, just a day. Again, the point is to kind of get your muscles working. So we're not gonna look at any spot. I'm just gonna draw back and I'm gonna shoot. Okay, for that arrow, I totally punched it. So that was the first thing I need to think about. And I'm not even gonna like focus on that, but the point is to kind of just get yourself relaxed to where you're not doing punchy or like feeling like you're torquing it. Just be relaxed in your shot, shoot a couple arrows, and then we'll kind of like assess where we are. And this is another reason if you have multiple arrows, that's fine, but I do recommend just using one because we don't want to aim at the same spot every time. So if you have an arrow in the target, you're gonna naturally look at it and want to shoot towards it. Okay. So I punched it, so I'm gonna just try to relax a little. Honestly, it's probably because I'm thinking about the video and not shooting. A little better. Okay. And just repeat the process. I'm gonna shoot probably, realistically, when you're first starting out, you're probably gonna get tired. So let's just say 10 is our goal. I'm gonna shoot 10 arrows. After shooting, my take home is I'm pretty sloppy. My shots are very inconsistent, but that's okay. It does not matter. And I don't want you to have to think about that yet because, like I said, we're just shooting. So I'm gonna play a few of those in slow-mo in the next video so we can analyze it. But for now, what I would love for you guys to do is just get your bow out, shoot minimum 10 arrows every day. If you can do more, do more. I like to shoot until I get tired and then I say, okay, I'm done. Because once you're tired, there's no point in trying to force your way through it because you're just gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna be confident in your shot, all the things. So again, don't worry about overthinking it. All we're doing is just shooting an arrow. Don't even think about where you're hitting, as long as you're hitting the target, at least not losing your arrow. But if you can just do that, you're gonna be golden, and don't stress about it. I love to stress about it, so this is my way of not stressing about it. Is it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to be sloppy, it's okay to not have good form. You don't even have to be sighted in yet. So if you can at least start there, that's what we're gonna do for this week. That's your homework for this week. And I will see you guys in the next one, and we're gonna take it a little bit further, and we're gonna actually analyze my shooting so you don't have to feel bad about yourself, because I've been doing this a long time and I'm still, I got things I can work on too. So that's the point of this. And I really hope you guys love the series. I hope I'm being detailed, and I want you guys to enjoy it and enjoy the process. And shoot with me as much as you can. So that's gonna be what I'm doing this week, is just shooting my bow. So get yours, get out there and just have fun. See you guys in the next one.